Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. So basically, I'm going to recap the games we watched yesterday. Try to drop a bunch of videos for you guys today before I start my work week off tomorrow. Um, Tampa Bay and Miami. Miami was in Tampa early on. Uh, the Dolphins basically were able to move the ball a little bit early on the Bucks, running it and then throwing it. The defense is missing a lot of key players in the secondary. The thing Tampa has to do from now on is they have to establish the running game. Tom Brady, I love how he's playing. He's doing great for Tampa. But you can't live and die by Tom Brady throwing 5 touchdowns. Because one game he might do like the Patriots game, get you only one, if that. Mike Evans to me has not been playing well. Excuse me. Has not been playing the best football. I don't know if that's because he just came, back, or I don't know if that's because I don't know. I don't him and Godwin to me, I just do not like them. Antonio Brown, I can't stand him, but he's balling. He's been moving the chains. OJ Howard sighting yesterday. Ronald Jones and Fournette were moving the ball. So that's what the Bucks have to do. Defensively, adding Richard Sherman was a great play because what Richard Sherman can do, his leadership and his ability to get everybody else ready to play. He was the unquestioned leader in Seattle for the Legion of Boom. He was the leader. Everybody else fell in line. Earl Thomas was the best player out of all of them, but Richard Sherman was the guy who got guys up, who made guys play with a ferocity about themselves. And he spews out greatness to everybody. He spews that to his team. Look, this is what we can do. We're great. And he makes you believe you're better than what you are. Devonta David, I believe, got hurt. I don't know if he came back. If he did, I apologize. But that's a big loss if he's not able to play the next couple weeks because they have to be able to stop the run. Now, their front four, they have to get more pressure. And to me, the pressure isn't getting there enough until latter part of the games, which was the second half. They turned up and they got better. They were able to stop some things Miami was doing. However, the Miami Dolphins, crazy how they were good last year. Now they're not good. I think they were wrong in putting their stock in Tua. And I told people I haven't liked Tua since Alabama, and Jacoby Brissett wasn't able to get the job done, but he was able to move the ball. Um, the Dolphins are just in disarray. They're gonna have a bad season. To me, they should have pulled the trigger and got Deshaun Watson. They're really going to regret that because if they would have got Deshaun Watson, Dolphins would have been a dangerous team. They would have been tough to beat, and I think they could have beat the Bucks yesterday if they had a Deshaun Watson instead of Jacoby. Not to take nothing from Jacoby. Jacoby is good, but Jacoby is serviceable, and that's what it's basically showing. Now, the next game, well, that game, I give that game a C minus. The Bucks did not look good early. Guys were missing passes. Guys were not running routes. I don't know what it is about the receivers this year, but their route running has been terrible. Like guys are rounding their routes. They're not running it precise. They're not getting down in their break. They're not getting past the one guy. It's just a mess, man. So I don't know. We'll see. But the Bucks to me they look good. But they got to get better. But which means like got to get players back. Once they get players back, I think the Bucks will be fine. Once they get the players back, they need to get back. So I apologize for the yawning, guys. Like I said, I work all day, all night. I'm trying to keep keep on staying busy. Now, so the Dolphins, like I said, they're in disarray. I think they're gonna have a bad season, but they'll be better than the Jets. I don't know if they'll be. I think they can beat the Patriots. I think they can end up being second, but the Buffalo Bills are gonna run away with this. It's that simple. This game was a C minus. The Bucks basically just need to get healthy from here on out. When they get healthy, I believe the Bucks will make a push for the playoffs. I still think they're the best team in the NFC South. Whether they win out and have a bye week or they have to play the first round, they're better than the South. They're better than some of the teams in the NFC. So now the next game we watched was Cincinnati and Green Bay. Green Bay does all this, Aaron Rodgers is basically probably one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen in the regular season. Aaron Rodgers' problem is when it gets to the postseason, they get to the NFC Championship game where he has been struggling. Like ever since that run they had, that magical carpet run where they beat the Bears and Caleb Haney, he's been terrible in NFC Championship games. Um, this game, the Bengals were doing good, but the problem with the Bengals is, I think Q and Carcino said it. They don't run Joe Mixon enough, and they don't. They're too busy trying to throw the ball a lot. Joe Burrow holds on to the ball too long. He needs to learn how to release it more. He has to protect himself. He's playing too reckless. When he run out the pocket, he got flipped. That could have been a serious injury. I think he hurt his throat. Excuse me. I think he hurt his throat. Now I'm not sure. I think he hurt his throat. His throat was hurt during the game. So the thing is, Joe Burrow made some plays, made some good passes. But the Bengals to me, their problem is closing. Their field goal kicker should have won the game. The Packers got in position, finally kicked the last field goal to win the game. The Packers do not look impressive to me. I think the Packers are very average. I think they're gonna win I think the Bears are gonna give them problems. Justin Fields and everything, he got the Bears rolling. And I think Justin Fields is gonna have them put pressure on the Packers. I just don't see the Packers, going far this year. I don't like their team. Now they added Jalen Smith, which is gonna boost their defense up. So, but Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, man, is reminding me of Reggie Wayne slash Anquan Bolden. The guy you can't stop this guy. This guy is like how he plays the game is his route running and his speed and his hands are just amazing. He's playing the wide receiver position great. As a rookie, I think he's been probably the best rookie so far. I might be wrong, but I think he's been the best rookie. He's destroying the competition. Anybody line up against against Jamar Chase, they're getting torched. That's facts. The Packers, Devonta Adams did his thing. Aaron Jones was just carving them up. And that's the recipe. If they run the ball and they get the ball to their playmakers, all Crybaby Rogers has to do is get the ball to his playmakers, then this team could really be better than what they are. I just don't trust Crybaby Rogers. Now, can this team get to the NFC Championship? Absolutely they can. But can they get to the Super Bowl? I don't think they can. But they might because the league wants to put Crybaby Rogers in there. But definitely they want to make a Green Bay versus Tampa part 2 again with Brady versus Rogers. I just don't know if they're going to make it there. But we'll see. JP will let me know and everything. But JP calling us haters about the Packers. And I know it's all out of love and games. JP's been a loyal supporter over here. But JP, it's not hating on the Packers. I'm just not impressed. The Packers are what the Packers do every year. They thrive on a weak division. They're able to do what they like in a weak division. There's been no competition in a while. Now we'll see what the Bears do with Fields. We'll see if Fields is legit. If Fields is legit, they could give you guys a problem. Maybe not this year, but the next years to come. because I don't know, man, about you guys, man. You guys are schizophrenic. You guys are up and down, round, round. Y'all all over the place at times, but y'all win the game, and that's all that matters. You won. Give you respect. Shout out to JP, man, and Markel Porter. They're loyal Packer fans. That's a shout out to them. But I just don't. I don't know. I just not sold on them. The Bengals, I think the Bengals will be fine. The Bengals just need to run the ball, get the ball more to their guys. Jamar Chase is having an excellent year. Try to protect Joe Burrow more. Joe Burrow has got to release the ball. You can't put everything on the offensive line. I give the offensive line 60% of the blame, but Joe Burrow gets 40. That's facts. He gets 40. Um, Aaron Jones is he's awesome for the Packers. I love his charisma. I love him. He's from El Paso. Shout out to him. Great player. Tough to bring down. He's looking like a premier back, and we got to be talking about, is he in the top 5 conversation of greatest backs to date? Up to date right now. So Devonta Adams, I know Devonta's he's in my top 10. He's not top 5 because to me you could get physical with it. You could take Devonta out the game. But I might be wrong. Hey, we all say how we feel. If we're wrong, we say we're wrong. Now, that game, I gave that game a C plus. The reason I give it a C plus is because both the ending was just terrible. Like, you can't make a kick. The Bengals should have won the game at least 3 times, dog, and they just shot themselves in the foot like the Bengals do. So it's a C plus. Now, the next game is the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Now, early on, the Giants forced a lot of turnovers, and they were looking like the defense that we predicted would be good coming into the season. But the thing that is strange is this. My bad, you guys. I'm moving stuff around. My thing is this. New York, listen. Scrub Zero, make sure y'all go to his channel. That's SKRUBZERO, and that's all one word. He's going to destroy with the Giants. He's going to talk about the Giants. He's going to go off on them. Now, Giants, go get you a new quarterback. But before you do, you need to get your line straight. Get your offensive line straight. Get your D line straight. Make sure they're good. Not only that, you guys have got to just come to the realization, Daniel Jones ain't that guy. I would try to get rid of him and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's just going to keep getting hurt. He's injury prone. I think Galladay went out. So it's just been hit with the injury bug. But to me, you guys got to let go of that coach. Joe Judge has been terrible as a coach. Players talk about they hate him. This guy here is terrible to his coaching staff. He's terrible to his players. My thing is this, is like they were playing good, and then Daniel Jones, dumbass, thought he can outrun Jabril Cox. Jabril Cox just blasted his ass, but he led with his head first, which was Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones should have been disqualified, should have been fined for that helmet to helmet move. But if it was the defender, they would have called it on them. They would have fined them. Now, Dallas, how does Dallas look? To me, Dallas is still fraudulent to me. And it's not dissing them. It's not saying they can't do nothing, but I just don't see this team being a Super Bowl team. Now, I will say this. The defense, I've said this plenty of times. If that secondary grows up, they have some better safeties. Kazee, O'Neal, and those guys, Hooker, those guys be balling. Them guys fly around. Now, Micah Parsons playing the backer with Vander Esch. Vander Esch just needs to go. I would put Jabril Cox in there and run it and put the other guy in there. But they're getting pressure on people. Randy Gregory is finally off the weed. And he's actually going out there playing. He has been a monster off that edge. And this is what was seen at Nebraska. In Nebraska, Gregory to me can be the greatest defensive end in this era. And probably can be one of the top 20, I mean, he has the potential to be a top 20 some or 30 some DN of all time. His problem is he can't stop smoking the green. Now, if he doesn't do that green or anything, and what he has done, Gregory could be one of the greatest specimens we've seen. Because to me, he reminds me a bit of Julius Peppers or a little bit of JPP. But he's coming off the edge. And then you got Micah Parsons blitzing. Micah Parsons coming downhill, making the plays and everything. And he has turned this defense around because of his leadership. CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys to me have the best receiving core right now. Well, not the best one. I still think the Bills got them. I say they're in the top 3, top 5. CeeDee Lamb just proved yesterday he's the number 1 receiver. He's the number 1. I don't want to hear it. He's the number 1 receiver, number 88. He wears that number faithfully, and he balled out. He was hitting up the what do you call it? The stream, the seam. Excuse me. He's coming up the seam, and then he went to he ran a fly, burnt the receivers, caught it right on the money, hands by Dak Prescott. Great throw by Dak. Dak was looking terrible early, but this is why Dak to me has been playing better. Dak has realized, look, this owner doesn't like me. This owner doesn't have faith in me, and nobody does. So Dak said, you know what, I'm finna take this game over. And he did. Amari Cooper, there's never been nothing wrong with Amari Cooper's play. The thing I have a problem with Amari is this. Does he have this? Does he have this? Because if you don't have that, you guys' team isn't going to get to the next level. I believe Wilson is starting to turn into that number 3 guy. He's reminding me of Kevin Williams back in the day for the Cowboys, who used to catch everything that came his way and was fast the same way. Defensively, like I said, if the secondary, like I said, plays how they're supposed to play, if the secondary does that, it's on and popping. It's going to be a problem. Trayvon Diggs, so far, I believe, should be considered for early defensive player of the year, but we got to wait. But every week he's looking like one of the best corners in the game. And I owe that to Stephon Diggs. Nick Saban moved him from wide receiver to corner. Trayvon Diggs got upset, ran home, called his brother, and Stephon Diggs told him, you got to do what you got to do. Make it work. You know what you got to do. Ever since then, Trayvon Diggs has been one of the best corners I've seen. I thought, in my opinion, he's better than Patrick Surtain the second. Not taking nothing from Patrick Surtain, but Patrick didn't have the fluidity in the legs like to move like Diggs, and Diggs is better at getting the ball. Like, he runs the routes better than receivers. See, what Diggs did this summer was work with Stephon on drills on where Stephon would be. Stephon was teaching him. Stephon was teaching him how to get to the his spots, how to get the ball, how to break out of tackles, everything. So that's what's up to Trayvon Diggs because Stephon Diggs taught him a lot, but that's a good thing for Trayvon that he's balling like he is. And then the defensive scheme is better. That 3-4 last year was Mike Nolan's never been a good coach. He only got hired, I think, because of his daddy, and he's white. And he's friends with a lot of people. So this game, I give it a B minus. The reason I give it a B minus is because Dallas showed fortitude at the end. Those type of games they play, especially against the Giants, they would lose those games. They would lose those games on the regular. So to me, this was about Giants being that bad and Dallas being okay, but we still don't know. We saw the Panthers lose yesterday, so we don't know how great the Cowboys are. They only beat the Chargers, which was probably their most impressive win thus far. So so that's how I look at it. Now, now, last game, which everybody was waiting for, Kansas City and the Bills. And I'm not going to be long with this recap because you guys saw the game and other guys are going to talk about it. The Kansas City's problem is they don't have a defense, and we've been saying that. They don't have a consistent running game. They went and got a receiver in Josh Gordon, which I don't know why. You have receivers. Patrick Mahomes is struggling to throw from the pocket. Josh Allen, he's getting better, but I still think the Bills can be had. You just have to catch them at the right time. But he's not getting it done. Kansas City is looking like Kansas City is looking like the Dallas Cowboys defense from last year, which was terrible. They couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass, couldn't stop anything. Patrick Mahomes has to look himself in the mirror and say, "Look, I got to do better." This is to me 60. This is to me 60% on him and 40% on the team. Well, excuse me, he has 70% on him and then 30% on the team. That's what I'm giving Pat Mahomes. Because Pat Mahomes has got to play better, man. You're an MVP candidate. I think twice he won MVP. And then you won a Super Bowl, then you got back to the Super Bowl, you got beat because your dumbass coach didn't run the ball. And Andy Reid has been doing this since Philly. And I told you guys, Andy Reid doesn't know how to adjust. Shout out to Detroit T for saying that, Hollywood T. He doesn't know how to adjust. He plays that stale ass run and then he'll do his drop back and just throw to whoever. It's no continuity. It's no no fluidity in what their offense is doing. And defensively, I told C Penn, and shout out to C Penn for the win. I told him, I said, C Penn, this team's not that good. I said this team potentially could miss the playoffs before the season started because their defense is terrible. And the only way they can win is their defense is better. Now, the Chargers, to me, are the best team there so far. So, like I said, the Bills, they look great. When the Bills run the ball, the Bills can play defense. Their defense is legit. That linebacker, Edwards, Edmonds, whatever, that middle linebacker, 49, man, he's a beast. I had him on fantasy last year, man. He used to give me a lot of points. Now, let's see. Now, the Bills, if they have to run, if they continue to run the ball and then lead into the pass, the Bills will be going to a Super Bowl and they will win it because they are playing great football. They're managing Josh Allen. They're not asking him to do everything. They're actually giving the ball to Singletary. The other running back, I believe, is Moss, but I think Moss is out, so I don't know. They had another running back, but if they run the ball and then pass, then they could win. But if they don't run the ball, if they just want to throw all day, they're going to lose. Okay? They're going to lose big time. So this game here, I gave it a B plus because the Bills handled business. The Bills punched them in the mouth and they showed what's up. Patrick Mahomes got exposed for not being able to read coverages or front sevens, and he's terrible from the pocket. Pat Mahomes has got to learn how to play in from the pocket. That's the only way you're gonna get better. That's it. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Now, the running game, the Bills have to keep running the ball. The Chiefs thing is them. If the Chiefs want to turn it around, the Chiefs are gonna have to figure out how to run the ball. See, this is what real coaches do. When you have a bad defense, you run the goddamn ball, Andy Reid. The hell, you've been a coach for how many years? When you have a bad defense, you run the goddamn ball. Run the ball because you're giving your defense rest. That's the problem with the Chiefs. They're not running the ball well, and they're not focusing. They're too busy trying to get Pat Mahomes his numbers. Fuck those numbers. If you want to win championships, Pat Mahomes has got to throw from the pocket. Lamar Jackson has looked better than him throwing from the pocket. He has. So that's the reason why I'm upset at it, because Kansas City has so much potential, but they shoot themselves in the foot in the front office by not getting the defense. And it got exposed yesterday that your defense is bullshit. It is lower than shit. It is the Dallas Cowboys defense from last year. Only difference is Pat Mahomes and that offense got guys. And Tyreek Hill, do you want to know why he's not in my top five? He cannot run routes. So stop telling me he's in the top three. He's not. He's just a speedster. He's Marquise Brown. They're the same people. They only can run a fly. That's it. Or get the ball thrown to them on an end around or run a wide receiver screen. They can't run slants. They can't run hitches. They can't run posts or the post corner. They can't run the slant well. They don't know how to fundamentally play better. And this is my problem with the NFL. Nobody wants to practice player. Nobody wants to practice. See, this is the thing. I went off track a little bit. Sorry. This is the thing. You guys have a chance to run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball until you can't run no more. Then when you get third down, start throwing that bitch. That's all you got to do. You guys have a problem with trying to adjust, and that's Andy Reid. He can't adjust. But this game, I give a B plus. Shout out to Josh Allen. Josh Allen keeps proving me wrong. He gets better each game. But if Singletary let Singletary run it, and Josh Allen, keep running, doing your thing, Josh Allen is balling. He's balling. He's balling out of control. One of my friends hit me up, man. She's been going through it. Right now, man, she's going through stuff. Make sure you guys say a prayer for her and stuff, because it's been crazy for her. But that's my assessment of the games. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. Stephon Diggs dropped the ball a few times, but that was okay. It had a rain delay, but the Bills did what any team would do. When you are slacking, when you get the game taken from you like that and you're sitting for long periods of time, run the ball. And the Bills ran the ball. That's why they blew the damn Chiefs out. The Chiefs are garbage right now. The Chargers, I believe, are the best team so far in that division, and everybody else is down here. Okay? Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell. My bad, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDiiTV. Thank you guys for listening, man. And we are out. HDeezy.